Mexican hat. And I'll just
Howdy, folks. Welcome to another episode of Reseller Niche Podcast, kind of an impromptu last-minute episode. We thought we'd do a little catch-up on where we've been in our reselling journeys. So eBay, Amazon reseller journal type show. So how's it going, Russ?
It's going good, Mo. You're bouncing.
Yeah, that's this
Yeah,
chair. Is
you
this
got
me or the camera?
it's
That's
the
weird.
camera. You're on the boat again, aren't you?
Yeah,
You're
I
doing
am.
from your yacht. Yeah,
Yeah, from the yacht.
man. Living on the bay, being on that yacht all the time.
What can I say? I'm living the high
Yeah,
life.
yeah,
I
man.
wish I could get some extra special allergy medicine. That would help.
Yeah, you guys. It's amazing you fight that out there. I figured with the nice weather that you guys have all the time, you don't have to fight it as bad. But
Well, that's bad here. And then where I'm thinking about moving up in the Sacramento area, every time we talk to one of the realtors, they're all, "Oh, do you have allergies?" I said, "What do you mean? Do I have allergies?" He said, "Well, if you don't now, then you will when you move up here."
hot sauce, and local honey. That's the old cure.
Together or separately?
Well, a lot of pepper. Like that's how I fight my allergies. Is just a lot of hot sauce, a lot of peppers,
Okay,
and it keeps them in check. But then local honey is supposed to help you fight the pollen.
that makes. I've heard local honey.
Yeah.
It's just, yeah. I mean, I'm taking it all the time. I'm not good with taking vitamins all the time. I take it for like a week and then I'll stop.
Well, you put honey on biscuits, so boom, you got.
Yeah,
There's that's
yeah.
how we do it down here in the south.
Oh, right. Let's see here. So I was gonna go through a few of the things that I had, like a mini haul type thing, and then we can. Why don't we catch up actually before we do that? Why don't we go
Yeah,
ahead
let's
and
catch up.
um. So I know you've been. How long has it been since you've been with a home base now?
Right at 2 months, we got back here. Well, my first sell back in Savannah was March 20th.
Okay.
So it's been really good, Mo. It's just we constantly push, and of course there's times where we have enough inventory or stock to list, so we're constantly listing. But I'm tickled because I'm at right at almost 100 sales for that
Nice.
period. Yeah, and that's really helping. I we kind of laugh. We've been trying to keep up with our sales. I mean, with our we're trying to keep our actives more than our solds.
Okay.
So yeah, so something's working right if you're fighting having that fight.
And is it the same? Are you sourcing? Is it like one-offs, or are you sourcing different stuff, new stuff?
Well, a lot of one-offs, but also uh, I've been able to get into some lots here.
Okay.
I got into some military lots, and that's been real helpful.
Okay.
Of course, we've talked about the camo in the past, how well some camo will do.
Yeah. Yeah.
We've got three military bases within 30 minutes of Savannah,
Nice.
and so yeah, so that it's an overabundance. The cold weather gear that they get issued, excuse me, the cold weather gear that they get issued, they'll never use down here.
Okay.
So it sets, and then when they discharge or retire, it's sitting in their garage. But
Let
that
me
cold
let me
weather gear,
let me ask you something because you mentioned
sure.
cold weather gear, and I know this isn't what you were talking about specifically, but I know with Florida they have like the snowbirds. I'm sure you know about that, kind of going back and forth between like the upper East Coast and the
Right,
South.
right.
Is that similar to where you are as well, or like?
Uh, do we get a lot of snowbirds in this area? Is that
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
somewhat not as heavy as Florida, of
Okay.
course, because it does. We're on parallel. We're on, I think, the 37th parallel, which
Okay.
we still can be cold here,
Gotcha.
just not long term cold. But
Gotcha.
this military cold weather gear that they get issued is for it's Arctic wear, a lot of it, and some of it's called cold weather gear, or they even have extended cold weather gear.
Wow.
And yeah, 2 levels, and there's all these different levels. And that extended cold weather gear, I've shipped some to Alaska recently,
Oh my
and
goodness.
it's still cold in Alaska, and
Yeah.
I use priority mail so they don't pay any extra shipping charges, and so Alaska's still buying even though it's
That's
80s.
that's cool right there that you're using. You can, I mean, still within the 50 states, you can use priority mail for that.
Yeah, and some of it's a stuff, but most of that gear is light, um, and can fit. I mean, you can push it down into a padded flat rate or a medium rate box, because it's meant to be light for when they're traveling, um, on location or on assignment. So I've hit that military gear lot. We've actually gotten 2 lots so far, and we're on a constant hunt. And then, of course, doing the thrift store garage sale. And I tell you, Mo, like I sent you that message this morning by just keeping my eyes open on stuff we talked about. You said, go for the weird shirts, go for the weird stuff.
That's my
And
favorite.
yeah, that, and we found that weird looking. Um, it had a what was it? Picture of death on it, and all this
Yeah.
all this
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
crazy stuff. Yeah, and it was a sweater here in Savannah. I mean, it was big, thick sweaters. You just don't wear sweaters like that here in Savannah. So sure enough, it sold, and it
That's,
sold
I
for
mean,
great
it's
money.
interesting because you're talking about super cold gear in a, I know it's cold sometimes, but a relatively hot area. I mean, is it just people? I mean, you must be near a military base for one thing, I'm
Well,
guessing.
true, and then also like Savannah is a town that people move to. Outside of the military, it's such a gem of a city that people move from all over. Typically, your north and your northwest and your Midwest people will. A lot of people from Pittsburgh down here,
Yeah.
uh, and but yeah, the military, and of course they may be in. Yeah, they may be in Delaware, or they may be up. We've got a lot of Pentagon people that come down here too that have been at the Pentagon. So Washington can get extremely cold. So they bring all their clothes and they bring it. Then they get down here and go, man, why do I need big heavy sweaters? So they
Hmm.
sell them. And it going back to like that extended wear, um, it sells real well, and the Gore-Tex stuff sells real well online. But because there's such a influx of it down here, they can't sell it locally.
Really? I'm always looking for Gore-Tex. And they usually I can find one or two pieces, it's maybe a jacket or maybe golf related. That's it.
And if it's lightweight, it'll sell. But the heavyweight, the cold weather wear, it won't sell here in Savannah. So they sit on it. Because a lot
Man,
of
that
people
stuff
don't
that
do
sells
online.
right away
But it
for me.
sells right away
Yeah.
online. I've got one that hadn't sold yet that I'm kind of surprised about. But it's probably my pricing on that because
Well, that's also
that
the
helps
time of
on the.
year too, though. So I mean,
Well, yeah, that just the right. If I price stuff right, it's going to move, and that's
yeah.
what that kind of proves it with those almost 100. I think I'm at 99 or 98 items, and that's a better than 1-to-1 ratio because
Wow. So
I
you're doing this with 100 items.
yeah I've
That's what is that
we're at
sell
a
through rate? It's like 50%
it's
sell through.
well yeah, I
Wow,
mean
that's
fifty
really
percent
good.
sell through rate. So, and we've changed up some strategies to get through some of the slower times, and those are working. One of the strategies I've done is I've got some really good items that I'm putting on auction, and I start the auction. And I've never really been successful at auctions or really spent much time on it, but so what I've done is we're going to put 10 things a day, starting out at 9.99, and they're well worth 9.99 or more. Like the one bat I think I started out, it's like $150 bat.
Oh, is
Um,
that the one that you posted? The I forget the name of it, but that the home run bat that you found.
oh no, that's sold. That's
That
sold
one
that
sold.
next day. I found another one this past weekend.
Oh wow.
Somewhere, but it's like it wasn't one of those $1,000 bats, but it was a $150 bat. You know, and that's max price. Somebody got 150, 160 max price. You know, I got $1 in it. So I think I did start that at like 29.99, and it's already got some bids on it.
Wow.
And I got some. I tell you, if you ever, I think I showed you some pictures.
Yeah.
You ever run across those old Tandy tools, those old leatherwork tools?
Yeah.
Those I put on bid. I had a big, huge lot, and I had it up for like 900 or 700 or something like that. And you know that would have set for a long time. And I thought
Definitely.
let's move it. And I'm really getting into that the idea of look, I'm in business to sell and make money, and I don't want to be in inventory. I'm not in inventory. That's not my business.
It's kind of
And
the Amazon mentality. We're not a storage facility. We're a
yeah,
fulfillment center.
I don't want to be a storage facility because you and I have talked, you can get
Yep.
overrun in a hurry
Yes.
if you're sourcing right. And you know, we went from 320 square feet in the RV to 1,700 square feet, and we have to be very cautious about not running out of space.
That's true.
I mean, and literally, the entire place is nothing but resale because that's what we do. We work here and we live here.
I mean, it's
So
one of those things with picking up stuff. I could just show you guys real fast. I'm moving out here, but I don't know if you guys want to see it. You can see it. I'm trying to go through a lot of stuff, so the shelves are actually less empty than they were before. But I have a ton. Let's see if I can get over this because I was taking pictures here, and this is all stuff that I bought. I've either pictured and haven't inventoried yet, or that I have to inventory. And it's like you said, it like that. It's like, where did this stuff come from?
because what do we like to do best? We'd like to source
Yep,
best.
that's the
You know,
fun part, right?
that's the fun part. So you have to really be diligent and then if I ran into some. Let's see if I can move the camera. The local weigh and pay had. Am I still with you?
Yeah, yeah. I can see it. I can
The
hear you.
local weigh and pay had equipment on sale for 99 cents a piece.
Oh wow,
So
are those all? Oh,
those are all like stereo receivers and DVR read writes.
nice.
So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 units that need to be gone. And I paid 99 cents a piece for them. So you know I'm gonna throw those up for auction. I'm not gonna test them. I'm not gonna. I don't want to run out of space. I don't want to. So, yeah. So is there money? Is there more money in there? Yeah. Then will I lose some money? Yeah. But I'm kind of like time management, wanting to really get into that time management of just moving product. And you got to sacrifice some of that because I spend way too much time researching and testing.
I mean, I'm the same way. What I've done is I've started to, like we talked about, batching. I've started to do that a little bit, in the sense that pictures only. And I stole a tip from Chris Lynn, Daily Refinement 10K on the Bay. Man, that guy has too many names now. Because I always thought people talk about, oh, my back, and I'm like, oh, why would that ever? I've never had an issue with my back. Big mistake. I've in the last 6 months. I don't know if it's getting older or what. I noticed that I used to put clothes on the floor and things on the floor, which is not only, for one thing, it's not the best, and two, you have to get down on the floor to do that.
Right.
And that really started to take a toll. I'm like, I could feel it the whole way down. And then like the next day, I'm like, okay, I can't take pictures today. So it's to the point where I have this little table thing here, like these, I'll show you. It's just plastic tables right here. You can see these things. You
Yeah.
can get them for like $50 at Home Depot. And I got a couple of those in my office. And then basically I'll just cover them with like white, like poster board basically,
Right.
because I'm in this office temporarily for the next 2 weeks. So I don't want to put anything up that's permanent. So I figure, okay, I'll do that. And now it's at waist level. It's like 3 feet high.
Yeah.
Now I can put my stuff 3 feet high. I have the pictures 3 feet high, and I never have to bend down that much at all. And that really helps because I'm like, this is really hurting. I mean, to the
Well,
point where I couldn't go on.
you, and you know, I've kept it kind of quiet because I never want anybody to be like, oh, I don't like the pity part of it. But I
Yeah.
deal with some massive bone disease, and yeah, on the floor is out for me. I mean, it's on the table barely out for me because I can't. So that's Carol helps me do those listings like that, and you can. I had a fall last week, and it put me down for 2 days. And you have to be cautious. You have to be cognizant of that
That
stuff
stuff
with
is
your body.
scary. I mean,
And here's the thing, Mo. If you really pull your back out and you can't source, you can't list, you've got no recourse because our workman's comp, is it workers comp, workman's? I can't remember we don't really cover.
no,
Most of us don't have workman's comp,
no.
and then to go, just to go pay the doctor visit on workman's comp would be, so we just take it and bear it. Oh, my back hurts today. But yeah, and listing time like that. I love Chris's process of listing time. Just really get it. So how's your move? You're like 2 weeks away, aren't you?
Okay, well, here I know I've been talking about this for months now. Because here's the deal: we purchased in, I want to say, April, and what are we, like, May 23rd? So what they did
Yeah.
was something called rent back. So technically, they're telling us we don't have the time to move this second. We have to have time to, which makes sense. And so they said, can we have basically till June 1st, I believe. They are still in the house. So right before, they said they're going to be doing it the weekend of Memorial Day weekend, so we might get in there a couple days early.
Gotcha. Yeah.
But until then, that's why I kind of have to. Let's see here. Am I hearing an echo, or is that you? I'm hearing myself. Sorry. Basically, I just need to hold on to my stuff till then. So I've been. I organized as much as I could. We got it out of our old garage. It's in a storage unit / my mom's garage, which she's not too happy about. And then, and this office, this has been dragged along too. Probably helped me out a little bit, actually, in the sense that they didn't move in right away either.
And you had the difference is you had a home to sell and a home to buy.
Yeah.
So that's the coordination that can be difficult, is like getting that right. So there's going to be times like this. This is probably more commonplace than normal. You've got a flux in between.
Well, let me cut you off real that fast there.
Sure.
One of us is echoing, I think. We've got Gina in the chat saying she is hearing an echo. I don't know if I'm going to mute myself, then unmute myself. I don't know if you can do that too.
I'll sing. I'll try to introduce our, we are waiting. We were hoping to have a guest on today. We'd like to have guests, and we had asked, and he had said he did, we don't know if he's going to show up. So Jeff Bezos is supposed to be with us today.
Yeah, I did put a message out to him.
Did you? Yeah.
Yes,
And,
I hit his email really, really hard, and I know he checks my messages every time I send them. I know this never responds, but
and I know I've heard he's kind of busy, so we're hoping that he's going to show up today.
So I don't know. Well, maybe. I mean, we'll see. We'll see. I put that specifically. I put the chat, the open chat hangout link in the chat.
Okay.
So he has a way to get in here. So like last time, he can't say, "Oh, I couldn't find the link." That's what he said last time.
Yeah, last time he was all, "Oh, I didn't get the link in time" or something.
Yeah.
Jeff.
Come on. So, but
if he's listening or if he's watching right now, Jeff, go ahead and feel free to jump in.
Yes. We'd love to talk to you about eBay.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
we're in our halls. So
yes, exactly. So I think what I'm gonna do actually is let me see here. I'm still hearing it. I think it's on my side. So I'm gonna unplug for a second. Does that mean that you're still in the video if I was to shut this down or not? I'm not sure.
Once you shut it down, I think we're done.
Okay. So
So
I'm gonna just
make sure your computer sounds. You're only on computer? You're
don't
on
know.
your.
I think I'm wondering.
Turn your mic down a little bit too, because you are coming off strong.
All right. How about that? Is that better?
That's better.
Still an echo. Where is it coming from? Hold on
Does
one
it,
second. Let me
does
try
it
one
have
thing.
Does it have a British accent?
Let's see here. Nah, that's not working. Okay.
Who knows? It could be coming from my end, but
All right. I unplugged mine and plugged it back in. Is that better? It's still there.
still there. You might be just getting some feedback.
Maybe. Let's see.
Unplug your headset, Mo.
Yeah, that's what I just did. I think
and it
you know
didn't.
what's happening. I think
Or just
the mic from the because I have a mic that's on the
camera.
camera as well, and I think it's
Yeah,
picking it up,
it's
and
probably.
it didn't. Let me see. I'm gonna undo the camera. So I've just turned off my camera. I'm still here. And then can you still hear it? Hello? There's still an echo. That's interesting.
So it's not your camera. It's just a feed echo.
Picking up an echo somewhere. All right. Well, let's see here. Wonder if I should just shut it down.
Who do we have in chat, Mo?
We've got Kelly in chat, Gina in chat as well, and who else? And Marilyn too.
Ask Kelly if she wants to come in and join us in case she's got.
I asked a few people. They said right now not yet.
They can come. They don't have to be on camera. Yeah.
Yeah.
You're echoing.
Yeah. That is weird. Hold on. Let's see here.
You know, the minute we started talking about Jeff again, we got the echo.
Okay. Let's see here. It's still? Yeah, that's weird. I can't. I mean,
and if you unplug and just go, if you were just unplugged altogether, it's still there.
Yeah.
Just unplug your.
Let me see here. For some reason, the sound will go too, though. Hold on. See, you can't hear me at all now.
No, I can hear you.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you. Yeah.
You can still hear me.
Yeah.
Why can't I hear you though? That's weird. Let's see here. How do I hear you?
Turn your volume back up on.
All right. Still can't hear you.
Nothing yet, huh?
That is weird. All right. Can you hear me now?
I can hear you. You got an echo?
It's still the. I think this mic. This headset is going.
Headset's going.
Yeah. Oh well. I think we're. Let me see. Is it terrible? Or can we keep going? What do you think?
I don't hear it at all.
You don't hear it at all?
No.
I can hear it in my ear. It's picking up somewhere, which is really annoying. Let's see here.
So if I say things like this, you hear it like 18 times.
Not you when I talk.
Only when you talk. All right, Mo.
So I'm gonna have to let you. All right, you talk, and I'm gonna listen.
Yeah. See, no, come on.
All right, I know what we're gonna do. We're gonna go through. I won't talk as much, but I'm gonna show a couple of things I've been trying to get rid of. Let's see here. Okay, so I was going through, and this is from the old storage unit. I keep finding old like action figure type things, and I found these guys. And it looks like these were manipulated G.I. Joes. Let's see here. This guy has like a full. I haven't figured out. Let's see what it is. I think these are custom.
Yeah, he's got some old old uniform look on him with the leggings and
yep.
Yeah. and the
Military
olive drab.
police. I don't know if this is circa World War II type stuff, or I mean, it's trying to look like that. I mean,
Kind of does, yeah. They trying to, especially with those leggings and the white. The
oh
white
yeah,
bill silver is probably
I got another one
50s.
here too. This guy's SP. What's that?
That's navy.
Navy. So I've got a bunch of these. I probably have like 40 or 50 of these. Maybe not all
Wow.
figures, but like different parts and pieces. Like, for example, like literally I've got like heads. As morbid as that sounds. Like, yeah, I've got hands.
You got any arms?
I probably do. Let's see. Hold on one second. I don't knock this over. Like, I've got these boxes. And literally, yeah. Let me see. Oh, I got feet.
Well, if you got arms, you got to be careful of that because eBay doesn't really want arms dealers.
Oh.
Oh, that was
There
a
you
bad
go.
one.
Where's the drum roll?
Cha-ching ching. Be here all week.
And I got these type of things. It's a lot of circa World War II Vietnam type era stuff.
Yeah, gas tank, fuel tank.
Yep.
Or backpack. Yep.
And I sold one similar to this one for like $40 the other day.
Wow.
See, that's actually G.I. Joe. It doesn't have the year on it. And we've got Bum Crack Picker in the chat.
Oh, please.
Best name ever.
Let's get Bum Crack BCP.
Get on camera, Bum Crack.
Come on, BCP. Get on camera with us. Because we're waiting for Jeff Bezos to come on. We'd have to bump you if he does come on, but...
Yeah, we're gonna have to clear out everything. I think Russ is gonna have to get rid of me if Jeff comes on too. So
you got that. Well, you have to you just shake your head.
Yeah, I'll just shake my head.
No.
I'm gonna have to pull out my. I can't even get this thing out. It's actually like a It's like a. I don't know if it's actually glued in or if it's real. If it comes out,
well, if it's
I have
real,
boxes of this stuff, boxes and boxes and boxes. It's like I have a little hobby store. And like I've put up maybe 100, 200 items. I probably have like 2,000 items if I was to break it up this much. But like for example, look at this one. This is kind of. I'm part of the United Nations.
United Nations flag, yeah. Put that on your drive around. Put a little stick on it and
drive around.
And stick it on the front of your car. The little flags on the front and drive around with it.
But don't I need like 6 different flags in the front too? Like, I mean.
No, just that one and
just this one. Okay.
And speed and when they pull you over, go diplomatic immunity.
He's gonna be like, wait, aren't you supposed to be like in Manhattan? You're like on the wrong side of the country.
No, they have embassies in all over.
Oh, they do.
Oh,
I'll show you how much I know. Yeah. Oh my goodness, they're everywhere. All right, so let's see what else do I have here. Oh, well, I even have these. Like this is all from Clara. He even gave me these cases. Now these cases are actually made for action figures. I don't know if you can see that.
This is the huge lot you got from.
Yeah. I've been going for this for years. And it's just like endless stuff. I have boxes. Like when we're moving, I found a box. I just called them Claro's boxes. And my wife saw, who is Claro? Are you cheating on me? And what is this? Like, yeah.
That's awesome. But
like, no. Because the funniest thing is because once he also sold me some jackets. Just all right, you got some guy's clothes in here. What is this? What's going on?
Not that there's a problem with that, right?
Yes,
but what was the sign about? Not that that's
exactly. All right, so this one, I don't know if this is even going to sell or not. I have a lot of stuff that I'm contemplating donating. I don't know if I'm going to do with this. This is an old DOS 5 upgrade. It's sealed.
Wow.
Completely sealed.
There are old DOS 5?
Yeah, I have a bunch of these. I have similar ones too. Like I have an old mouse.
I think I remember when you picked those up.
Yeah.
Now,
you probably do because I sent it to Amazon. You can see the sticker right there. And it came back to me. I have a lot of stuff that I had sent back to me now because it just didn't sell.
What's your thought on that, Mo? Okay, you've got some shipping cost involved with it. You got it back. You had to pay for it. So you do have more than what you paid in it.
Yeah.
However, the auctions. Have you ever tried putting those, just, hey, put them up, start them up for a 4.99,
I
whatever,
have.
just to move inventory?
I don't think I do auctions properly. I've tried it. From what I've seen is that it worked like 10% of the time. Like
Okay.
very seldom. It was just I don't know if it's just the stuff I'm putting up. It wasn't quite, people aren't looking for that at that time. I think, what's your strategy? What's your whole like your setup for the auction?
Well, we're not overloading it. We're doing 10 a day.
Okay.
And a couple of theories on that is because then money will hopefully constantly roll in. And I have my set bottom, 9.99. Now most of the items that I've started, they're well over 20, 30, $40 items.
Okay.
So, as a general rule, what people have them listed and sold. And when they said, there's always, when you go to that auction, it says, start it at this, you'll get more views. I've seen that just in the short time I've kind of switched over to an auction format, because I had something I was like, there's no way I'm letting this go for that amount. I put a high thing on it, or what I thought, would be a good starting point. And for like 3 days, there were some views, but there was no bids. I dropped it down to that option that they said, the price that they said, and boom, I got a bid, and then boom, I got another bid, and within one more day, I was up to what I thought it should be started at.
Oh, nice. But was this item
So
something that was? Are there other people selling similar items, or is it yours like the only one?
it's similar, yeah,
Okay.
yeah, it was a
See,
similar
the
item. But
problem that I've found, to answer your question about auctions, is that I think a lot of the stuff that you can sell on Amazon, as you know, for pretty good money, just doesn't really sell that well on eBay sometimes.
right, yeah,
And this,
it
I
can be
think,
a
was a
different
perfect
crowd.
example of it. I mean, on paper, it looks great. I got it for like next to nothing. I think it was like a library sale or something. It was like 50 cents or something. It
Right.
still has like a sticker on it, I think. Oh, I think I took on there was a price tag. It said like 50 cents or something. But
Now,
it,
I'm not one about. I like to maximize profit, and I do like the price per item. I try to keep my sale price per item high,
yeah.
and I run right now. I think I'm about $48.
Wow.
So yeah, so it's been real well. But I've had some big, huge items move. Two, three,
That's
$400 items.
so you have a high ASP and a high. I mean, you're turning over your items really fast too. So that's good.
So it could be that I didn't have any activity, and you know how eBay gives you that love
Mhm.
when you start showing activity,
Yeah,
eBay
but you
gives you
said a
that
few
love
hundred
of like,
items or
listen,
100 items, so that's more than a little bit of love. So I mean, you must
yeah,
be selling something that people want.
and I guess I'm priced them right, but
Yeah.
I've had those big items. Now I had that deployment bag full of pouches,
Yeah.
and I had it set for $5.99 on sale. I mean,
Okay.
for buy it now. I had a lot of people look at it. I put it on bid for $199. It sold for $265. That's $265 that's in my pocket, because out of that lot, I've made well. I've done real well out of that lot. So I just wanted to move it. So that's kind of what my thinking on that stuff is like. Now, to me, the old software, I would say that would probably be more so on eBay than Amazon.
Okay.
But throw it up, do a test, throw up a couple,
Well, I actually
and then
have some
see.
more too. I mean, like I have like this old. I don't even know where I picked this up. It's like a Snoopy.
Snoopy game,
I don't know what it
and
is.
also it's also the lot. I'm gonna start
Lotting things up. Yeah, I need
lotting
to do
things
that.
up, and that was what when I got the one I was talking about. It's a Life magazine,
Yeah.
and there's like 50 of them listed of that. It's a Moonshot Life magazine,
Okay.
and there's like 50 of them listed. And mine's guaranteed to sell. Well, then you go through they're going to pay blah 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 type stuff.
Yeah.
But mine's guaranteed to sell. I paid 50 cents for it. So if I get $10, and during now, this strategy is in place right now because it is kind of slow. We do go through the slow period, and you can go through a slow period in the summertime. So I'm kind of trying to use this strategy to come back. Will it work completely? I hope so, because I'm like that guy in Idiocracy. I like money.
Yeah, I mean, I'm debating because I've tried Life magazines about a year ago. I went to it. They have a sale in Oakland, and I might have just missed it this year actually. It's called like the White Elephant Sale or something, Elephant Sale, and they have it's a huge warehouse, and every year what they do is I think they go around and they get all these donations, and it's for this. I don't know if it's for some foundation. I forget. So they get everything they get is 100% free, and they store up for the entire year, and they have a sale for 3 days, and then they have a whole section just for old magazines, postcards, that kind of stuff, media. And I picked up a stack of Life magazines there. Half of them I sold right away, half of them sat. So I think it really depends on which ones. Because I had one that had like Gone with the Wind on the front of it. I'm like, oh, okay, this is pretty cool. Like, like the whole front cover. I don't know if it was from the 40s or the 50s or something like that. It sat, and when I looked it up on eBay, it only went for like less than $10. So lotting them up helps.
Yeah.
Also, not just Life. I mean, Rolling Stone's a hit or miss. Kind of depends on who the band is and if
Easy
as bad as
Rider
the sound if that person just passed away.
Yeah, that Easy Rider's one of those that the old car magazines, the stuff. It's you go and you look at the listings on some of that stuff. It is just amazing. Now, what I'm gonna do in that lot that I bought, there were some magazines from like the 30s or I think late 30s, 40s, right before war. That the covers were messed up. So I've never done it before, but I know it's a viable thing. I'm gonna start cutting out some of the advertising and use it as old print. There's an entire section, vintage print advertising, and there's 10, $15 there. I saw one of them recently went for like 75. It was
Wow.
Yeah, and that one of those bad magazines I was looking through it the other day, and there's a hamburger ad for McDonald's. It says introducing the Big Mac. Well, who knows who would want that? But yeah, started out on a bid, at a minimum bid of $8-9. I've made $8-9 out of a lot that I paid $5 for.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm wondering if right now stuff for like, and I'm sure it is. I haven't checked stuff for like, because they just had that royal wedding. I'm wondering if stuff related to that is going.
Oh, I'm sure it's going. Yeah, I mean,
because we probably don't get that much over here, but maybe on the other side of the pond there, they might they probably have that more in an abundance than they do here.
They do, but here there's we follow it. A lot of Americans follow it. It's just one of those things we don't have, so we kind of follow it. Another strategy, I think. What was I thinking on that? I'm sorry, Bob. I'm getting old. Lost my thought.
No, no worries. Are you talking about different strategies? We're talking about like how auctions, do I use them or not, and then.
Yeah. Another thing that right now we're dealing with. Well, is it free returns? Is it guaranteed in 3 days?
Yeah.
Is it blah blah blah? Is it this? Is it that? We've got so many. Is it promoted? Is it blah blah blah? Blah. But if I've got a $40 item that's is listed, and I've got it started at $9.99. Guess who's going to show up first on the feed?
Yeah.
And I think that's going to help too. Yeah.
I mean, it's funny that you mentioned that because I think they just pulled out the eBay summer update thing that they do every year, and then I haven't read through it. I just caught a couple of videos talking about it, and I heard that I don't know if you do promoted listings or not. I do, but you can do it basically the second you list something. You can also promote it. I think they're making people wait a little bit of time. I don't know if it was a week or 2 weeks, something like that.
Yeah.
Which I think is probably a good thing, because if you're getting something that second you have to promote it, I mean, if you want to do that's your strategy, that's great. But
Right.
if you have to, that's not the best because it's kind of, in my mind, it's kind of like, why not just list it a little bit better?
List it for a little bit and then see. Well, the whole thing with promotions now, their feed. There's been some couple videos on YouTube showing how their promotion feed is not always perfect,
Yeah.
and it's just my feelings on that. I love them,
Yeah.
but then I'd like to see them step up.
Yeah.
But
And I
yeah,
think I've noticed with the promoted listings, what I think and to be honest, I've already started. The reason I started using it more is it's basically gives you an extra slot. So like if you just say you're selling a NASCAR jacket
yeah,
and yours is one of 5 NASCAR jackets, and then look at the top, it will have yours if your price is the best. But also, if you have that promoted listing, it could be yours listing twice in a row. And
right.
I'm wondering if they're trying to eliminate that. So, because I'm how many items show up on a page on your cell phone? Maybe, I don't know, 8, 10,
Eight,
if that.
10, if that, yeah.
And then, so that means
12
20% of those
max,
are going
right?
to be gone from one guy. So, I mean, um,
Yeah,
oh, I think Gene in the chat said you can't start a sale for 14 days. I can see why they did that because, I mean, it makes sense. They want you to sell your price for the highest price. If you can sell it for $14.99 instead of $9.99, that's $5 more. And why not?
and I do like Chris's strategy about, okay, if you're going to do promotions, don't do the standard 5%.
Yeah.
Just get it promoted at that 1%. It's
Yep.
unless you've got something that you're begging for all those views, it's one of 10,000 items and you got to sell it.
Yep.
Then yeah, kind of jack it up. But I like that. Just do 1%.
I mean, dude, I think like I always go back to like Chris and Wade and what they talk about tweaking your ad, tweaking your listings, tweaking something, just changing something because there's a lot of days where you can't list. I mean, I know I don't source 7 days a week. I don't have stuff to list 7 days a week. I try to have stuff, but there's days where you can't or whatever. But if you can go in there and just tweak something, maybe 10 items or so, that's something I've been doing for like 6 months, and it really does help.
It
But
does.
I would say tweak it more than just because what I would do, for example, let's say I have a shirt and it'll say, men's size large. I'll change that size to SZ or something like that. And I'll think, okay, that's good enough. It's not, I don't know if it is. Change something else. Like, for example, change that price from $19.99 to $19.98. Change that. I don't know. You can change technically. I mean, I don't know if you want to change the weight of the item, but something that changes one of the fields.
Yeah.
And it takes just a couple seconds, and sometimes you won't have to type anything. You can just use a drop down. The type of shirt is a good one. Like, I don't know if you've listed many shirts, but like it has like a list of 10 different items. Like it will say like,
Items,
button
the
down.
item specific area.
Yeah. Change that, and then you notice that it will stop and save. I think that helps. I don't know, but doing that every day to something, especially if you can't list an item.
That'd be really interesting to find somebody that has some stagnant listings that they've just got them out there, haven't been doing, not a hardcore, and to just have them go through and change and see if it changes the sales matrix. Because it's hard to say because we're doing listing and then the day we don't, we change the matrix so it'd be kind of hard but tweaking I think it does include it into the matrix of we're going to get a little bit more
definitely.
love.
And then I think the other thing that I guess another tip would be what I like to do when I have a lot of stuff, the opposite. Let's say I have a huge haul, but let's just say they're all shirts, but then I have a few other things. I'll try and list like 5 or 10 shirts and then list whatever else that's not a shirt. Board games, video games, a hat, anything else, because you're listing in a different category. And then, so I'm wondering if this, like, I always go back to this, changing, constantly tweaking, constantly updating. And that kind of trips algorithm. Hopefully, I don't know, but it
We,
seems to work.
nobody knows for sure, isn't it? That's kind of the tough. We don't really know for sure. We have a theory that it might. So is that? I just noticed that ding come up. That wasn't Jeff, was it?
No. Is it Jeff Bezos in the chat? No, it's Nick Hills.
Is it?
Close enough.
Oh, okay, okay. Nick Hills is the Jeff Bezos of UK, right? Becoming.
So
That's right. Awesome.
I think so. I mean, and if you guys, like we said, if you guys want to jump in, I just put the Hangout link in the chat.
Yeah.
It's kind of an open chat. We didn't really have a extreme guideline for this chat, so feel free to jump in or jump off, or even if you just want to watch, that's fine too. Whatever feels good. But it's in there for you if you want to.
What kind of things you looking out for? Being May, we're getting into June, summertime.
I am looking to. Well, here's the thing. What I usually look to do at this time is to buy a ton of stuff. I load up. This is between, I want to say, basically right after Christmas, all the way through August. I'm just buying. I'm not even necessarily listing it all. It's just I don't know, something I do. But because of my storage capacity limitations at this point, I'm kind of limited to smaller items. That's why I'm listing this type of stuff.
Right.
You know, I've been sourcing. I've gone back to sourcing a lot of CDs, a lot of media, video games again. I was big in video games before. A lot of smaller stuff that I can box. Clothing as well. I have like a love-hate relationship with clothing. I'll go through these kind of weird kind of phases where I'll buy like tons of it. Like I don't know if I'll show you this again. Like I just got this yesterday. If you can see, I haven't even listed it yet. It's like not hundreds, probably like 50 shirts and like vests and jackets and that kind of stuff. So the reason for that is because I can put that in a tub and I can move it easily. I have, like, I want to say 3 months ago, I picked up like a Betamax, and I picked up like a haul with like DVD players, Betamax, a GameCube, PS2, like 6 different items. They're relatively big. I listed them on Amazon, and I sent them in, but they're not selling. Some of so I had to pull back the what do you call it, the Betamax, because it was just sitting there. Yeah. So I'm a little wary of sending in big things or even getting them to list on eBay right now. So I can't wait to get a place to put stuff down like you have now, so I can actually get bigger things. I can actually leave it there and not worry about it. Because I'm actually in donation mode right now. That's another thing I was going to talk about. What do you guys? This is the time of year where I like to get a lot of stuff in, but I also like to donate a lot. Because 2 things happen from what I've seen. eBay and Amazon both come up with updates, and they tweak things. And Amazon, since eBay doesn't have storage, Amazon tweaks their pricing and their storage. I don't know if anyone's been watching their storage inventory, whatever they call it, that number. Last week they put out an email saying, your number is this, and you either, you can continue or you need to pull more stuff. So for me, I actually have to pull more stuff because I haven't really been listing on Amazon that much. So I've had to pull a bunch of stuff, and like that was part of it. Like that MS-DOS thing I was showing you, that was part of it. Yeah. So the answer to your question is kind of it's tough because I'm bringing in a lot of stuff from Amazon, but I can't list it all on eBay because I don't have the room. So I'm actually donating a lot of stuff.
Got it. Now, are you making sure, of course, you're getting the receipt for that?
I'm sorry, I didn't catch that.
Make sure you get the receipt, or because
I have so many receipts. At one point, I had like Savers, thrift store, fully stocked cards, all stamped all the way to the end. And they got sick of me. I went to the point where I was going to Savers, I was going to Goodwill, I was going to Half Price Books. And the funny thing about Half Price Books, I don't know if do you have Half Price Books over there?
No.
I mean, it's good and it's bad. I mean, their prices are high. They basically resell stuff that they get from you know, they're like the kind of like the used Ross of books and media, kind of, if we describe them.
Gotcha.
But they allow you to bring your stuff in, and they'll give you actual cash money. But I'm talking about very little. Like if I was to give them, I don't have a
Almost
tub
like
in front of me, like a tub of stuff, like a
like
giant
declutter
16.
online.
You get like $10 for it.
Yeah. So you get well. I can tell you what we did last week. There was a neighborhood sale just down the next neighborhood over from us, and they have a chat group, of course, on Facebook. So that's where I found out about it. And I belong to the chat group, and I put in there if anybody has leftover garage sale items they need taken to a thrift store.
Yeah.
Let me know. And one person did. They sent a message, "Hey Russ, blah blah blah." And so me and Carol went over there and picked it up because I told them I have a truck because a lot of people don't have truck. And sure enough, a couple had garage sale. I remember going to the garage sale. I didn't pick anything up. So we picked up the stuff. Of course, I glean off what I think is valuable and actually made some money out of it. So we took it down to our local Humane Society, and they just handed me a slip. "Do you need a receipt?" I said, "Yeah." They handed me a slip. Well, Carol looked at the slip and goes, "What do you say? That was about $100 worth of stuff?" I'm like, "Yep." So there, that's a tax write-off.
Yeah. I mean, it's weird. And then I think I could see like Nick Hills responding the same. He had the same experience that I did. Pulled a bunch of stuff from Amazon FBA a while back, and sold loads of it on eBay. Also had a bunch of it still destroyed, simply wasn't worth recalling. That's my experience. Half of it, you can sell it. And actually some of it was sitting in Amazon for like a year, and it sold immediately on eBay. But some of it, let's see, like something like this. You can see this. I mean, if you were looking at this, would you call this new? I mean,
on eBay, it's sealed. So
but I mean, when this was sent in, it was new. I mean, it looks like somebody chewed on it. I mean,
yeah, they kicked that out today for new. Right.
So I can't even sell. I mean, you can't really even sell that as new. I mean, technically, new other maybe on eBay.
New other. Well, no, on eBay, new sealed. It's got a picture of it.
Yeah, but I mean,
and you disclose that it's got a damaged box or it's got.
True.
And there's people out there that's the cool thing about when you do something, list something like that, and you disclose. I don't get many. I think I've only had like 2 or 3 in the last couple of years of item not as described. Because if it's got a mark on it, I'm putting it in the listing. Because then they can't say, "Oh, the box was bad."
Yeah.
Nah, yeah, that's the beauty about stuff like that on eBay.
Actually, I do have a story about one I just got. It's a pair of shoes. I mean, they're probably like 3-4-year-old used Nikes, and the guys, I think I had them up for like $70 or $80. And the guy says, "Will you take 50 for them?" And at first I went back. I said, "I'll take 60." And he said, "Oh." So then I said, "Okay." I was about to accept it. And then he sends me a message and it says, "Yeah, I'm going to get these." This is after he's accepted the offer. "I'm going to get these, but can you clean them up a bit? These are going to my son." I'm like, I wasn't sure how to respond. And the second thing is because they're relatively clean, and there isn't anything I can actually do to them to make them any cleaner. They're red and white. The bottom part is all white. They're not that beaten up, but I mean they're not new. Obviously, they're not in the box, and they're advertised as used. So it's just. My response to him was, "Our apologies. All of our items are prepackaged."
Yeah.
And then I thought about sending something else back. I'm like, I can't. No, just respond with the standard. And then his response to that was, "I might have to cancel that order." Then this was last night, and I didn't say anything. This was like 7 or 8 at night. I responded to him right before 6, and I try not to respond till the next morning for anything. And then last night he bought them. So I'm like, okay. What does that mean? I mean, so you responded saying you're going to cancel, and then right after that, you purchased them.
You purchased them.
Yeah.
So you've got to, now you're going to be, oh man, now the worry is going to kind of kick in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like,
But
no,
yet-
I think I'm
yet-
gonna email him back, and I'm gonna say, you know what? Oh, notice you purchased. Just want to confirm that you're good to go.
Make sure.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe I shouldn't say anything.
Yeah, it's a dance, isn't it, on some of that?
Yeah.
I try to be accommodating, but then there's nothing you can do. Hey, they're clean. They're as clean as they're going to get. Here, do you want me to send you some more pictures? Kind of put it back on them.
I mean, I think what I'll do, like I do with a lot of it, I could take some like not oxy, but I use the magic sponge thing on the white part that cleans them pretty well.
Right. Yeah.
On the bottoms of the soles.
Magic eraser.
Yeah. It's not too corrosive, because I remember, like, if you use like strong alcohol, you can really damage an item. I've done that before. Yeah. So
we all learned that one, didn't we? Oh,
yes.
I'm cleaning with that, and all of a sudden it gets gummy.
Yeah.
Like, what happened? Yeah. So.
Yeah, definitely. So,
well,
but
hopefully, but it's a gamble every time. You don't know who's gonna, who looks at the item that close and goes, "Oh, can you clean them up?"
Well, here's my thing. Whenever I start getting, you get these messages, and then half the time you just say, you kind of nod your head like, "Oh, okay, whatever." But when someone sends you something and then purchases, that's the one that worries me.
Because then they're impulse buying, or they're not.
It's really like they're setting themselves up to possibly return. In their minds, they're like, I don't know if I'm going to keep this or not.
Right.
Even though you disclose it, and all of my items say, these are, please refer to pictures, and I add all the captions. Any defect is put in there. Like if it, you know how on the bottoms of shoes sometimes they'll write in pen mark.
Yeah.
I'll try and get it out as much as I can, but if I can, I'll zoom in and take a big picture of that.
Right. Hey, did you happen to see recently? Carol was reading the article to me because of course I can't read. But Carol was reading the article to me, and there's been a trend for people that are returning too many items or returning items for certain reasons on Amazon. They're losing their Prime accounts. And
yes,
like
I did.
Yeah,
I know what you're talking about. I saw it. I was watching a lot of videos on Jeff Bezos yesterday. Oh, and by the way, nah, he's not. He hasn't come in yet.
Has he at least hit the return receipt on the email?
No, he hasn't. I mean, typical Jeff, but we'll see. Maybe next time.
Maybe next time. Jeff, you lost your chance again.
Yeah, I'm cutting you off, Jeff. But I think with Amazon, I always wondered this because they're they kind of set the precedent that you can return anything. Don't worry about it. Other than obviously I think like TVs and like maybe, I don't know, certain things. But you could basically return anything and then figure out the details after the fact.
Right.
And I'm sure they probably lost a ton of money. I mean, imagine how many people buy and say, oh, that shirt, I probably should have got a large instead of a medium, send it back. Or, those shoes didn't look right, send them back, or whatever it is. Yeah. So I don't blame them. I'm really happy they're doing this.
But isn't it funny that eBay now has, to try to, quote, catch up.
Yes.
Or be more like Amazon, and now they're pushing the free returns program, and now Amazon is pulling back. So, yeah.
Yeah, Glenn in the chat, Swamp Figure, saying the same exact thing. Now eBay wants to push free returns. It's hilarious. It kind of feels like Amazon has figured, you know what, we can save some money here by getting rid of these yahoos that, do this on purpose. Right. I think in the art, I don't know if it was, I saw a video, not an article, but it said that there's a third-party company that keeps track of this for all companies, like bigger retail stores, the Walmarts, the Targets.
Right.
So, like, if you go to Walmart, you return something without the receipt,
credit now.
They'll take your driver's license. They'll write it down.
Yeah, write it down.
So apparently, there's a third party that keeps track of that. And all of the big boys use it, so they know. I don't know how that works with Amazon though, because online. But
Well, Amazon just runs Amazon's got their own computer bank, right? So
yes,
they just run
that
it and
is
go
true.
like
They're the
the
biggest information company there is. So yeah,
one of the ones that was in this article was a lady that had like 4 returns last year and one this year, and she'd had multiple purchases.
yeah.
Her returns were a small percent, but they told her it was because of the reason for the returns. I mean,
Mm.
they kicked her out because of the reason of the returns. So,
But did you see they're taking it one step further though, or the rumor is they're taking it one step further that they're going to actually look to ban somebody if they return to because Target and
oh
Walmart will
yeah,
just say you can't do it anymore for this year.
no, this gal was banned. Yeah,
That's
in the
crazy.
article it was like she was banned. See, if Jeff would have showed up, we could have
I
asked
could
him to
ask them about
clarify that.
this. Yeah,
Yeah, well, I mean, he would have been able to
Jeff.
clarify this.
Yeah,
But yeah, that article was she was
exactly.
banned.
Like Glenn was saying, green sweater doesn't match my eyes. I want to return this. It's even less than that sometimes. I've seen it where they say, I don't want this, or sorry.
Sorry, yeah, yeah. Maybe it was 4 or 5 sorries, and you get I made a bad purchase, or so it's kind of gone. And it really didn't it have to go back to this, or didn't
It had
because
to.
you said how much money is Amazon losing in shipping?
Exactly. I always say
That's
follow the money with whatever conversation about business or whatever. You follow the money, or you keep track of it. Eventually, things are gonna level out.
yeah,
So I
yeah. You
mean,
get it.
that makes sense. I mean, I want to know what that number is for last year that they had to eat in sales returns or whatever they call it, returns or I mean,
Oh, it's got to be more than $20.
yeah,
I mean, yeah.
like
See,
25
again,
bucks.
yeah, 25 bucks,
Yep.
easy. Cause
I mean,
now you think about what are they,
I don't know
what
how
are they
many
up to
returns
now?
you've got for how many returns have you got from Amazon from FBA stuff, but for one thing, they don't pack that stuff very well. It's like a 20 cube box and it's got like a video game in it, and then some of those air pocket things, air
Yeah.
pillow things, and then
I was real fortunate, Mo. I only had a couple of returns
you want to see some
on
boxes
Amazon.
from returns. Let's see if I can get it from here. Let's see here. Can you see that right there?
Oh, yeah, but you do some volume too, though.
Those are all returns in the last
Yeah.
those are empty boxes from returns.
Yeah, and
So I
you've
mean,
got some volume. You got some long term. Got some storage fees that.
yeah. Well,
Yeah.
actually, see, it's funny with that. I went from 4,000 SKUs on Amazon to 218. I think I have now.
Wow.
It's really. I mean, it's like.
Yeah, you really. Yeah. Do you think that's the trend that we talked about it a year ago that they were kind of wanting to get the smaller guys or want to push the guy? Do you now that we've got a year underneath our belt of the long term storage fees? Do you see that a lot of people are doing that too? Or
Yes.
they parsed down? Yeah.
I think they're either getting rid of, cutting out the fat, shall we say, in the sense that anything that doesn't turn over in, I don't know, 30 days, 60 days, whatever their model is, or it's like private label wholesale. So maybe you have 100 SKUs, but those are multiple quantities with variations, that kind of thing. And I think I'm seeing that on eBay too. You see these guys doing crazy numbers with like 100 different items. Like your model now is based on 100 items on eBay. So I mean, that's I think the model people. I mean, it's funny. We're kind of saying eBay is going the opposite way again. Amazon's going this way, and eBay again is going the opposite way in the sense that they brought out. What was it 3 months ago? They have not the anchor store. They have like the behemoth store. I don't know what they call it. It's for people with 100,000 units or 100,000 items.
Wow.
It's above the anchor store. I'm not even considering an anchor store yet. But these guys, you have to have 100,000 items on eBay. So it's like Amazon's going this way, and eBay's going this way.
eBay's going this. Well, eBay doesn't have to pay for the storage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's funny because I mean, like I said, if Jeff was here, we could have asked him, but maybe next time.
Maybe next time. This is two. We'll we won't. We'll just leave it an open invitation. He can pop in anytime during
Yeah.
any show. So at some shows we won't be able to have room for him.
That's
We've got a
true.
good guest on.
That's true.
So
So,
it'd be good.
but
Well,
so let me see here. What else were we going to talk about? Did you have any other? Do you have any of the items that you just sold recently, or like out of that big lot, that haul you just did?
No, they're all pre-shipped.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
Nice.
they're all pre
Nice.
because like I've been doing these like crazy, so I've got a lot of these laying around
Nice.
ready to go. The out of the military haul, I've got some items back there, but this is both. This was a Ozark Trail, so it's not there's no Chinese, but this is two things. Would be military, and it'd be camping.
Nice.
So camping this time of year, people are camping.
That's right.
Keep that in mind. But what else today? Yeah, I've got it, and I typically get stuff ready to go, like office phone.
So do you
office phones
pre-pack
are
as soon as you buy it, or
A lot I do, Mo. I mean, the big stuff, I'll sit in a corner, but I try to pre-package as much as possible because it's easier to store sometimes. Now, clothes, like
Yeah.
when we did jeans, we didn't pre-package because you can't, they won't stack right.
yeah,
And but a lot of the stuff, especially now, kind of going to the auction format, I'm pre-packaging it just to get it ready to grab it and go when it does sell, because that positive type affirmation. Look, I'm gonna package this up. It's getting ready to sell.
yeah. Let me ask you, how many days are your auctions for?
I've been doing 5. 7 is too long for me for my gotta have it now type.
Yeah,
Let's get this sold. 7's I don't like 7.
And do you have a set time in the day you set it at, or?
That big pouch lot that I had, the deployment bag. Now this deployment bag is what they use, and it has little pouches, and it's all for artillery. I mean, for ammunition, and it was this big, huge unit, and it all folded up. And I went, you know what? I'm gonna put this on auction. Let's just move it out. And I started the auction, and it ended on Sunday at like 8:30 in the morning. And I'm like, I know that we're all mobile phones right now. I know that people were looking at it, but 8:30 in the morning in the East Coast, that's 5:30 in the morning on West Coast. I cut out a lot of people, and I think I had 22 watchers on it.
Oh wow.
So I know I cut a lot of people out, and the last bidder actually was somebody on the East Coast that won it. So what I immediately went, I bet I didn't maximize it. I lost it, or not lost, but cut maybe $150 more because I was expecting that to go for at least 400.
It's funny. I always tend to think that first guy. There's two kind of first offer people that I've noticed. One, those bargain hunters, or maybe they're just scraping eBay.
Right.
Or two, the one that really, really wanted it and they had something set, waiting for that item to come up.
Right.
So I because I do best offer on most items, and whenever I get a best offer, and let's say I have something up for $100, and then I'll get an immediate that second offer for like $40 or $50. In my head, I'm trying to think: is it A or B? Is it that guy just trying to? And I mean, obviously, I'm a reseller. I don't care if he resells or not.
Right.
But are they trying to get lowball me or not? So then, I don't know. That's always like whenever I get that offer, and my offers tend to be about 40 to 50% of whatever I stick it up there as.
I think that's the guy or the person looking for the deal. I think if it's a person that's been looking for that item, they're going to give you a better offer. They want a deal, but they're going to give you a better offer just because they don't want to lose that item. If they're wanting this, they don't want to lose it also. Most people, I would say, have that thought process. But then you've got, the first bidder is, to me, somebody that's looking for a deal and thinking, well, maybe I'll get it for this. And it could be the person that says, okay, I want this. I'm going to first bid on it so I don't forget about it, knowing
Yeah.
that it's going to go higher. So what I've done is I've changed it over to where all of my auctions now end at like 8:30 at night, Central or Eastern time. So that way I can
Okay.
kind of cover the 8:30 at night. People are sitting around. Usually they're watching TV on the, the phone's right there with them. They go, yeah. Hopefully they've had maybe had a couple belts in them,
Yeah.
pockets a little. So I try to end everything, but then and I'll track. I'm real good about watching analytics and just watching trends and being able to analyze them without using hard data, because that's what I did, for years. So I'll be able to see if there's a trend that things don't sell on Wednesday, or Friday evening things don't jack up that much more. So I'll be able to zone in on more of like, okay, let's
I
put
think that's key
everything.
right there. You're constantly checking, kind of adjusting, looking at what's working, what's not.
Yeah. The old way was end everything on Sunday night.
Yeah, like I
And,
remember they would always say do 7 o'clock because I'm on the West Coast, because then at least it's 10 o'clock in the East Coast. It's not horribly late.
it's not horribly late. It's
But
not,
then don't do it after 7. They said like 6 to 7, 6:30 to 7:30, somewhere in there.
and
But I
see,
think everyone does that. Or
and if it does, I bet it still works, because that's when people, if I have an auction end on at 2 o'clock during the day, and they're on East Coast time at 2 o'clock, they may be busy. Most people still work 9 to 5.
yeah,
But if I have it end, my thought process was, if I have it end at 4:30, their day's kind of either over,
yeah,
or they're winding down. They're sitting at their desk or their cubicle going, yeah, let's perk myself up and go ahead and bid that, because I've been at this job all day.
So let me ask you this then: on items that aren't auctioned, that are regular, buy it now. Do you have the same criteria? Do you end it and start it at a certain time, certain day?
No, I just good till canceled.
Okay.
I've always used just good till
So
canceled.
what I did was I went about a month or 2 months ago. I did everything good till canceled. I thought, okay, but mine are a lot of one-offs, and I'm about 1,000 items, give or take, now. So the problem with that, when you get up there with good till canceled with one-offs, is that you have to keep going in there and like deleting the listings, and because I'm probably not going to get that exact item again.
Right.
I don't have many on eBay that are, multi listings. So I've got away from good till cancel, and I'm only keeping that for items that I have more than one of.
Gotcha.
But, yeah.
So what are you going, 30-day, and then if it
Yeah,
rolls,
I mean, I don't know if it's going to work. We'll see. And, the summer time's kind of a weird time to test it out, because you're going to get less traffic anyway.
yeah.
But we'll see. I always go back and forth.
I don't think that's I think that's the part of the issue. There really is no proven formula.
Yeah.
You constantly have to go, and eBay's constantly tweaking, so we have to constantly tweak. We have to, and also could be a mindset within the seller, within yourself. You see that stuff just sit there, and you go, oh, let's move it out, because again, we're not in the business for inventory. We're in the business for sales. So that's what makes us high. That's what gives us our jollies.
Yep.
So when you get tired of an item, either walking past it, seeing it on the list, and then if it rolls off, it can be out of sight, out of mind. You forget about it.
Yep.
That was kind of my process of doing. But yet, if that's what motivates you personally and works for you, get it off and relist it and see it and tweak it a little bit.
I have to. I have to feel like I'm doing
something
every day, a little bit,
Yeah.
even if it's just 5 items.
See that's and a good point of that is you got to do what works for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So I think we are a little bit over an hour now, and
So we gave him enough time.
We gave him enough time. Jeff's gonna show up this time.
We gave him overtime. All right. Well.
So I think we're gonna hold off our guest until the next time. So
Well, no, Mo, let's have somebody else on.
You think?
And yeah, let's just, we, I can understand he's busy,
Yeah.
but yeah, let's go ahead and we'll get another guest on. I'd love to get some more of our UK friends. That would be
Yes.
good.
Yes.
I
I'm
love
gonna
learning
put some feelers out there for a few different people. And if anyone's listening out there, and if you'd like to come on and talk um, about pretty much anything, kind of, even if it's semi reselling related, we would love to have you on. And just shoot us a message. We're on Facebook. I'm listed on Mo Fremont on Facebook, and you can find Russ Lee on Facebook. Also on Instagram, Russ is at the Roaming Pickers, and I'm at Reseller Niche. It's Reseller_niche now. And then also you can find us at our little Facebook group if you'd like to join, Reseller Niche Podcast Facebook group. And until the next one, Russ, I'm waiting. No, he's not showing up. That's okay.
No, he's gone. We're cut him loose.
I'm going to cut him loose. All right. That's it, Jeff. You're not getting the invitation next time.
No.
But until the next one, we'll talk to you guys next time. Have a good one.
Take care, Mo.
Bye.